everybody, to International Women's Day 2014 and V-Day in Abbotsford. Thank you, drummers. Thank you for welcoming us in. Really appreciate it. I wish to give honor to the ancestors of this land, the First Peoples, for whom we are borrowing and visiting, and we really appreciate and honor the Stolo Nation and the Matski Nation. Hi. My name is Dorothy Henneveld. I work at Women's Resource Society of the Fraser Valley. And International Women's Day and V-Day today is a complete collaboration of a number of beautiful organizations and individuals. I'm not even going to name them all because Deesh promises that she'll do it later. But I want to welcome you. International Women's Day started over 100 years ago, and it has really strong ties to the rights of women and workers in the labor movement. And today I want to begin also by honoring the men in the crowd. Our boys, our sons, our grandfathers. You are also part of this movement to end violence against women. And we honor your participation and we encourage it. We honor all the women and girls and contributors here today. We have a couple speakers. We'll have an open mic in a little bit. I want to also, I'll put in a few little in-between things, speeches, a little bit about International Women's Day and some things to share. Today, from about now until 1 o'clock, we're going to do a couple rounds of dancing in order to honor V-Day. Many people have practiced. Yes. And then in the Reach Gallery later at 1 o'clock, there's going to be a second kind of part to IWV, which will include speakers, booths, tables. We have chocolates at our table. And a wonderful second portion. So if you need a washroom or need to warm up, you're welcome to go to the Reach Gallery to do so. Anything else? I'm going to say a little bit about V-Day. V-Day is a movement started by Eve Ensler of the Vagina Monologues, and it's a global activist movement to end violence against women and girls. It's become a catalyst in many communities, and Abbotsford is one of them. It promotes creative events to increase awareness, raise money, revitalize the spirit of existing anti-violence organizations. And it brings broad attention to the fight to stop violence and encourage peace, stop violence against women and girls, including rape, battery, incest, genital mutilation, and sex slavery. Throughout V-Day campaigns, local volunteers and students and many community activists provide artistic expression of the importance of the world that we want to see and the violence that we want to end. V-Day has been celebrated across the world on February 14th. But in honor, in Canada, we have graciously moved V-Day celebrations to International Women's Day because February 14th for many decades has been a day of remembrance and mourning and standing with and witnessing to Aboriginal women who are murdered and missing. And perhaps you don't know this, but British Columbia has more murdered and missing Aboriginal women than any other region in Canada. And we want to put a stop to that. I think it's time to start dancing soon. To start invoking the world that we wish to see. So I invite the dancers to get ready. And it's yours next.
Well, hello everyone. Let's just give another round of applause for the people who brought the film here. You see that and you realize what complacent lives we lead in so many ways. Hi, my name is Satwinder Bains, and it's my pleasure to set the stage for today's presentations and talks. I'm going to talk for about 5 minutes, and then we're going to have our keynote, and then Rick Lucy is going to speak, and then there'll be lots of time for you to ask questions. Okay, so bear with us. The theme for 2014 for International Women's Day is Inspiring Change. And this theme is set so that it encourages women's advocacy for both our achievements and our advancements everywhere in the world. And it calls also for the challenging of the status quo, for our equality, and for us to be vigilant that we inspire positive change and continue to do that. We know women's equality has made great positive changes in the world, but the world is still unequal. International Women's Day celebrates the social, political, and economic achievements of women while focusing world attention on areas that require further action. I want to thank you all for coming today and taking this invitation to share this time with us and to be part of this larger community of people who believe in changing our world. And today is really about a tribute to our own lives, our personal lives, and to our collective lives as women. There are so many communication channels available to us, so many spokespeople who speak about women's equality and women's lives. There's so much research going on, there's campaigns, corporate organizations are involved, and everyone wants to advocate for inspiring women's change. So I'd like you to do one thing. I'd like you all to stand. And I'd like you to feel a half a minute of just silence for all what we have endured and what we continue to endure. So I'd like you to feel half a moment, please. So that was half a minute. Now I want you to take half a minute and just look at each other, and I'd like you to clap, and I'd like you to give thanks and shake hands and hug each other. Thank you. Now you can sit. There's lots of thanks to go around for the reach to host us today. Thank you to all the organizers, Chris and Donna and everyone else who helped out. And Sharn, thank you from UFB, there you are. Dish Sekon, who helped organize this whole event, and she's an amazing social media person, so thank you for that. And I just want to say, they're not looking for thanks. Like, this is really coming from a place of caring and a place of wanting to do this. This is the heart. And this is the heart of our community. And International Women's Day is one day in the year, but it really is kind of epitomizes what we do every day of our lives. So thanks, I know, are not needed, but they are needed to say we do appreciate and we value that you take this time to bring us all together. As you know, International Women's Day is usually celebrated on March 8th, and the first International Women's Day was celebrated in 1911. And it was celebrated in Austria and Denmark and Germany and Switzerland, but on March 19th. And on that day, I'm amazed, but on that day, more than 1 million women attended the IWG rallies, campaigned for women's rights to work, to vote, to be trained, to hold public office, and end discrimination. However, less than a week later, on March 25th, the tragic Triangle Fire in New York City took the lives of 140 working women, most of them Italian and Jewish immigrants. Not too long ago, this happened in Bangladesh. So how far have we come? And this disastrous event drew significant attention to working conditions of women, and there was much legislation passed to change the laws. And even 1911 also saw the Women's Bread and Roses campaign. And while in this new millennium there has been lots of significant change and attitudinal change towards women and women's in society about women's equality and emancipation, some of the younger generation sometimes feel as if all the battles have been won and where do we go from here? But we're here to talk about how we need to remember and continue to fight this good fight. The unfortunate fact is that women are still not paid equally to that of their male counterparts. Women are still not present in equal numbers in business or in politics. And globally, women's education, their health, their violence against women is worse than that of men. And I have a small message before I bring Romana to the stage. You know, I'm not interested in the status quo. I'm not looking to be equal to anybody. My goal is to have my journey and have it myself and have it in a full manner. So I don't have something else I aspire to something I want to aspire to. I want to carve out my destiny and the destiny of my children, the people that I influence, one woman at a time, but also collectively. Marilyn Monroe said, you know, women who wish to be equal to men lack ambition. But it's more than that. Our measure of who we are is not the measure of a man. It is our own measure. We must measure our lives ourselves, not against another bar. Measure it according to the way you want to measure it. We all know women are not interested in war. We're interested in building communities. We're not interested in dividing ourselves on our own. We know how to be sisters and friends to each other. We're not interested in being emotionally defunct. Our intuition is our guiding force. We're also not interested in silencing anyone's voice. Our voice, our singular voice and our collective voice will break that siege of silence that surrounds us. On this day and every day, we're interested in listening deeply to that power within us and to change our world and to inspire change. And I can't begin to tell you how happy we are today that Romana has joined us, because through her life, we can inspire change. She can inspire change. She said to us on the way down from UBC that she gets a lot of requests, and she's a law student, so she's very busy. But she said, profoundly, she said, if I can reach even one person, if I can inspire even one person through my journey, I would feel better at the end of the day. So I want to say how lucky we are to have her here with us today, and that she has taken this time out of her busy schedule. We met her lovely daughter today as well, and she's doing a great job raising her. I'm just going to introduce her before she comes to the stage so you can get a full benefit of her experiences and this great human being that she is. Romana Manzoor is an assistant professor at the Department of International Relations in the University of Dhaka in Bangladesh. She did her bachelor's and she did her first master's in international relations from the same university, from the same department. She recently completed her master's in political science from the University of British Columbia. Her thesis was about the implications